The Antwerp Diamond Robbery, the biggest diamond heist in history. In the Antwerp Diamond Center, tactically skilled thieves stole diamonds worth several million euros. This robbery is unbelievable. They did not leave any hints. But the way they got caught is very stupid. To this day, most of the stolen loot remains intact. Antwerpen is a city in the northern part of Belgium and is well known for diamond processing. Antwerpen is the most important city in the world for trading diamonds. 80% of all diamonds are processed there in jewelry. The Diamond Center is under the most secure surveillance. It is equipped with hundreds of quality security cameras, police guards and extendable steel cylinders that prevent vehicles from coming near the area. In Brussels, a company also monitors the vault. Vibration detectors prevent drilling through the ceiling. The diamond dealer's valuables are safely stored in lockers in the basement. These are locked in a huge vault locked with an extremely secure security code. There is an infrared detector in the lockers, which immediately triggers an alarm as soon as a temperature difference is detected. Magnetic and light sensors also trigger the alarm as soon as the safe is opened. There is also a key for the safe. The area is so heavily patrolled that it's virtually impossible to raid this diamond center. That's what people thought, until a 5-person team finally managed to steal diamonds, said to be worth around 100 million euros. The team is led by the 51-year-old Italian gangster Leonardo Notarbartolo. It all started when Leonardo rented a locker and office at the Diamond Center in Antwerpen 3 years before the robbery. So, he had free access to the building. At a meeting with a jewel dealer, Leonardo asked him if a robbery was possible there. The jeweler answered this question with yes. Leonardo was no amateur at stealing. Since his youth he stole as often as he wanted. By the time he was in his late 40s he could already be called a pro thief. The first step in the robbery was to take photos of the building and the vault. Logically, you can't just take photos in such a safe place. The professional thief had installed a pin with a small camera that took photos. After that, another meeting was arranged with the jewel dealer. The meeting point was a hidden warehouse. In this store was a 1-to-1 copy of the vault of the Antwerp Diamond Center. This could be determined from the information in his photos. In the vault were 3 Italian people, who were supposed to be the members for Leonardo. Only the people's nicknames were known because, in the event of an arrest, they cannot reveal their real names. The first was called the Genius. He is a specialist in deactivating alarm systems. The second is the Monster. He is a mechanic and electronic engineer. The third was the King of Keys, the group's expert in key making. He was tasked with making a copy of the vault key. In the end, this task was very unnecessary. You will learn more about this later. To enable the copy, a camera was mounted in a lamp above the vault. These recordings gave them access to the combination of numbers for the locking system. The final step was to revisit the vault. Leonardo was allowed into the vault due to owning an office and a locker. He manipulated the motion detector with women's hairspray, and this rendered it incapable for a while. All the cameras could see was Notarbartolo walking in and out of the vault. It was no wonder, since there were quite a few people entering the vault during the day, and he had permit. However, there was a problem with the matter. He didn't know how long the manipulation would last. Before the special day, each step was practiced and tested 100 times. On February 15, 2003, the time had come. The Diamond Center in Antwerpen, Belgium is ingeniously robbed. Leonardo Notarbartolo has rented an escape car and gets his 3 comrades and a 4th one. The 4th was called Speedy. They drove to a garden behind Diamond Center where there are hardly any cameras. Before the attack, they hid a ladder and used it to climb onto a balcony. A heat sensor attached to the window was covered with a polyester mat, rendering it inoperable. After this act, the thieves were able to open the window without any problems. Obviously, the team of 5 wore gloves to avoid fingerprints and clues. They covered the surveillance cameras with tape and plastic bags. By manipulating the cameras, you can use the required light without triggering the alarm. The safe was secured with a magnetic lock consisting of 2 plates. If the 2 plates are no longer connected, the alarm will go off immediately. The genius in the group masters the hurdle with a self-made aluminum construction. He screwed these to the plates. Then it was the King of the Keys' turn. One should use the copied vault key. The thieves knew that every time before opening the vault, the guards go into a room next to the vault. The key was locked in a wall safe. They broke it open and used the original specimen. Now they had to enter the combination of numbers on the vault door. They hoped the numbers were written correctly, because there is no second chance anymore. Every light was turned off so as not to trigger the light sensors inside the room. They did it. The door was open and the sophisticated team entered the room at 1 a.m. sharp, without any problems. In the vault, the electrician lays the cables of the alarm system in such a way that no signal can escape to the outside. All actions have been performed in total darkness since entering the vault. Light and heat sensors and cameras were all turned off. After manipulating the alarm systems, Leonardo gave the order to open all lockers with a hand drill. The bags were filled with whatever they found. They found diamonds, of course, but also cash, gold bars and jewels. A diamond dealer who owned a safe deposit box there said there was over $1 million in cash in his safe deposit box. It was mentioned that the lockers are equipped with infrared detectors. They could also manipulate these with your own tool. This tool simulates a normal opening, and this does not trigger an alarm. You can call this instrument a corkscrew. At 5:30 the thieves left the site. Although only half was looted, they fled. It is thought that they had no place left to put their valuables. This means that all bags were probably filled to the brim. Now they have completed the greatest diamond heist. They took the loot to a rented apartment in a getaway car. At the beginning, the jeweler promised over 100 million euros. But after counting and estimating the goods, it was only a little over 20 million euros. Nobody does not know how that could have happened. A guard found on February 17, 2003 that the safe had been ransacked. No traces were left. All camera tapes were stolen so no one could view the footage. Nobody could imagine that 109 of 190 lockers were broken open. The police estimate the damage at 100 million euros. But experts estimate the value at 400 million euros. 2 days after discovering the robbery, the authorities were called by forest ranger Gus Van Camp because there was a lot of rubbish in the forest edge of a highway. He assumed that they were teenagers, but he was wrong. Speedy, the driver, threw out the trash from the robbery. Bags were found labeled Diamond Center. These were the remains of Leonardo Notarbartolo and his team's loot. An eaten sandwich with Leonardo's DNA was also found next to it. A grocery bill from a grocery store was also found, and police looked at the store's footage of who had the bill. The grocery store was around the corner from Notarbartolo's apartment. There were 2 members of Leonardo. Their names are Pietro Tavano and Fernando Finotto. I wonder how can this happen? They did the biggest diamond heist in history, and then they get caught like this. A week after the attack, Leonardo's apartment is searched. Investigators found diamonds similar to those found in the garbage bags in the forest. DNA from 7 different people was also detected on food. Only 4 people could identify her: Tavano, Finotto, Leonardo Notarbartolo and Elio D'Onorio. A search was made for the 4 robbers. But logically they have already left Belgium to avoid being discovered. Everyone hid in northern Italy for the time being, except Leonardo. He had to bring the rental car back to Belgium. There he was finally caught. He could not reveal the names of the helpers in court. Because they only knew each other by their nicknames, he received 10 years imprisonment. 5 for the robbery and another 5 for leading the gang. Everyone wonders where the diamonds are. No one but the robber group knows. What is your opinion on the incident? Please let me know in the comments section. If you enjoy true crimes, please leave a like and a comment. It would make me happy. And please watch your valuables or they might get stolen.